Okay, fire it up. That's the first way, and that is not the correct way because the toilets are that way. Try again. Sometimes it's in the corners. So remember, there's always going to be a gully. So start from where you know the exit point is, or entrance point. You follow that gully along, Rufus. Found it?
Well, there's definitely something there.
I think that'll be the blockage then. Nicely done. Okay, give it a go. A little bit more power maybe. We've got some footage from the pizza shop,
that was filmed by me ages ago, because this is a running theme basically. There's quite a few issues with that set of drains, and the complexity behind it is a little bit like, oh, okay, what's going on? So as you can see here, this is the one of two manholes. This is the one closest to the building, and then if we remove that, yeah, there we go, you can see it there all nicely piling up and whatnot. To be honest with you, I could probably just skip. There we go. So you can see there's a lot going on. Now this is what we found last time as well. Many stones at the bottom. And then all of these individual channels here, obviously full of sewage. Now some of these are discontinued, and then others are actually part of the downstairs toilet for a hall. And basically, it's that's how we figured out that there was a problem the first time. Second time round, obviously the one from the previous video, there was the people from the pizza shop that contacted us. As it turns out, all of these drains are connected. They're connected to a hall, they're connected to a pizza shop, they're connected everywhere, and it's on private property, and it's all under the same jurisdiction, the same landlords that own all of these individual sections, which is a bit frustrating, especially for the tenants and all the individuals. But there you go. Yeah. Some more photos. There's me trying to figure out where everything's going. There we go. And then this is obviously what it looks like with stones at the bottom here as well. So there's been a huge issue for quite some time. There we go, that's it looking nice and clean. You can see here that we got 6-inch channeling here, whereas we got a 4-inch drain there. No, is that 4-inch or 6-inch? I think these ones here are 4-inch, that's a 6-inch, and this is a 9-inch channel. Now you can see here we've got a drain there. We've got individual drains here, and we'll go on to the footage very shortly just to see what's going on up the individual drains. Before that, there you can see it's draining away quite nicely. Yeah, so not too shabby. Managed to unblock it quite nicely last time, but again, lots and lots of stones. Now the problem is that where this drain is located is in a car park that is owned by a church. But it's not part of the same property. So the drains belong to Abbey Hall, and they also belong to the pizza shop. But the car park itself was then sold onto a church. So it's owned by different people, different jurisdictions. A bit frustrating, a lot going on. So there we go, that's when it was full. You can see us with the drain jetter. We've got the camera set up there with the tripod. Yeah, nice. There we go. There's us unblocking it. Now, here we go. This is one of the footages, camera videos. Let's see what we're dealing with here. This was one of my first camera inspections to see what was going on. This wasn't a survey, but an actual camera inspection. And I rented out this camera, and it was, as you can tell, the footage is a bit jerky because I'm trying to get past different bends and whatnot. But yeah, quite difficult, as you can see. And then I've also got audio here as well.
Camera cannot go any further.
So as you can hear, I think that this one actually had audio input, so you could input your audio, and then obviously from there you could put down, make any notes just with audio. But this is me pulling it back out. I'm trying to remember. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I think we just came out of that one there. But yeah, people walking past, lovely. So as you can see here, lots of fat along the walls of the drain, which isn't ideal. And let's start going on a little adventure. There we go. Yeah, so all in all, not bad. I believe that this, it doesn't have self-leveling, so it's quite difficult, but this area here is obviously the floor, gravity. So this one here, I believe, goes around, yeah, so look at that, that's not good, and then it goes down. So I'm not entirely sure, it looks like a Buchan trap, but we go into water here. So there we go, yeah, right into the water. And as you can see here, it's collapsed under the building, I believe. 3.9 meters, yeah, that was definitely under the building, under the hall itself. So that's not ideal. Obviously there's no audio here, so hence why I'm speaking over. But this drain is discontinued. There's water that is obviously kind of like pooling there. The difficulty with this one was because it's going to be such a big job, or was going to be such a big job at the time, the landlords decided to go through their insurance company, and their insurance company got a different company to come out and actually have a look at everything and try and repair and solve all the issues. But clearly I don't think they did a very good job, because we have the same problem again. So as you can see, this section of drain here is completely pulled away from the main drain line. Now that's a joint there that we saw, and let's go back a little bit. Let's pull back, there we go. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer, there we go. Come on, pull back a little bit. There we go, yeah, so this is obviously disjointed. The sections are very far apart, so something's clearly shifted, and it could very well be due to the fact that there's a car park on top of these drains, and if they were installed and originally that wasn't designed to be a car park, there might not be enough protection around the drains that dissipate the forces and the weight of the car. So over time what will happen is that the soil will be compacted around it, soil will shift, and it will shift the drains themselves. There we go. Oh, this one's a big one. Yeah, so let's go back a little bit. Let's see which one it was. There we go. So we've got fat at the roof of here, and then you can see here we've got debris. It looks all to be stone. Yeah, there we go. So it's all stone and gravel. Now, it's very difficult to remove stone and gravel. I ended up spending a really long time removing all of that off camera, and I barely scratched the surface, which, yeah, as you can see, is very difficult to remove. So that had completely collapsed. Again, went through the insurance company.
Drain number 1 appears to be full of stones.
Yeah, there we go. Originally I tried to see if I could go a little further,
and
but
it appears to be the main cause of where all the stones have come from for manhole 2.
yeah, so manhole 2 is the big one that you guys saw the majority of the unblocking in the pizza one, in the pizza drains. Struggling a bit, as you can see. This is just an inspection. I passed on the footage over to the insurance company and to the landlords. They could glean a lot of information from this, even though the camera's all jerky and everything like that. So here we go, look at this. Another one, lots of fat here. Yeah, so you can see, let me pause the video here. Okay, so you can see that obviously the drain camera itself is on its side, so there's no self-leveling. This section here is obviously where the majority of the water flow is. This section here is obviously where the fat is built up and just sits on the ceiling of the drain. So yeah, not great. Obviously you can see there's a high buildup of fat which could fall down. Luckily this drain size is massive. So because of that, it's actually reducing the risk of a drain blocking up. And you can see, even though there is a lot of fat here, there's only a thin layer. And because of that, obviously, when it falls into the section where the water keeps flushing away all of the debris, sewage, fat, grease and everything like that, it won't be large enough to block anything up, ideally anyway. So let's see as we keep going. Yeah, you can see displaced joints here, not ideal. Oh, massive crack here, I think. Oh no, section of drain. So this is what we call a lateral. So it's a pipe coming into the original pipe coming in. So yeah, this one looks to be a rather large drain, to be honest with you. So yeah, let's keep going. Oh, and I think we entered. Yeah, so this is a 90-degree bend pointing straight up, although it's a bit confusing because obviously up is to the left here. And here we are in a, what is that? That's either the bottom of the toilet for the hall, or it may be, what is that? Ah, it's a Durgo valve, I think. Yeah, it looks to be a Durgo valve, or it's a T-junction, and that section's capped off. It's most likely capped off, to be honest with you. So yeah, trying to get down that section there. Let's see if we managed. Nope, no luck. So obviously that's the path of least resistance there. Oh, I think we're back in. Yeah, back in the same section of drain. Yeah, back in the same section. Obviously I pushed it really hard. So let's skip ahead here. There we go. So this is in manhole 1. Manhole 1's closest to the building itself. And this one is the pizza shop, I believe, as well as the toilets. Obviously camera keeps blocking up due to all of this fatty silt. Oh, there's silt on the bottom there. You can again see the orientation. So this section here is facing up. This section here is facing down. Let's see what's going on here. This is the first time I've seen this footage in ages, so it's quite interesting to see what's going on. Let's keep it going. Yeah, so it's muted here. So obviously the more bends there are, the harder it is to push the camera along. So yeah, there's quite a few bends I think here, so it's quite difficult to push it further and further. Yeah, looks to be that way. Yes, there's 1, 2 bends. Bottom of the drain is also cracked, not ideal. I think I may have been talking here. Let's see what I said.
So this drain here seems to be the one with the collapse. This drain here seems to be the toilet that keeps working properly. And then this one here is the kitchen drain.
Ah, so that's for the pizza shop.
The manhole, then that is the exit point from the manhole to the next manhole and then into the sewer.
Wow, I'm so descriptive. I think that's the end. So yeah, a little bit of information there for you guys. A little look and see inspection. And for their benefit, I also recorded it and then sent it off. And now it's really good to look back and see what is the issue now. So yeah, you can clearly see that there has been some issues in the past. And it's just filled up with stones again. So yeah, the difficulty with that obviously is stones. If I was to remove them and just chuck them in the car park, then there would be a bit of a biohazard in the car park, which isn't ideal, and then there would just be a massive mound of stones. So what I tried to do, let's change it around. So let's put it on there. There we go. So you can see myself here. So what I tried to do is obviously tried to jet it, unblock it. When you've got stones at the bottom and you're trying to unblock it, it's very difficult to stop all those stones from going down the drain without stopping the sewage from going down the drain as well. So yeah, it's a very tricky situation there, because once I managed to blast it away, there's not really much point with removing the stones, because it's just going to collapse again and fill up again. Yeah, because of that, I've contacted the owner of the pizza shop, made him aware of the situation, and I also contacted the landlords as well, who had no idea this was going on. So now the insurance company is going to be contacted, everything's going to be sorted out, and yeah, it was quite a difficult job, and that was also over the weekend as well. There we go, let's change that around. So yeah, so this is manhole 1, this is the one closest to the building, to the pizza shop. This one here is the stack pipe that goes up into the restaurant kitchens. This one here, I believe, was the one that was continuing as normal. That one there, I believe, was the one that was discontinued. Obviously there's a lot of stones in this one here, and then not entirely sure which one that one is either, which is, yeah, a bit of a conundrum, but it's been handed over to the correct authorities now, which is the landlord and the insurance company, and they're going to take it from there basically. Plus, on a weekend, it's not something that you really want to be doing. I spent a lot of time there as it was, yeah, so yeah, now they're going to get another company that can actually deal with removal of the stones and hopefully repair it properly this time. So yeah, anyway, that's me done with my little explanation of what's happened in the past. And yeah, it's nice to see what's going on and how I've dealt with it in the past as well. So yeah, anyway, that's me. Cheers guys, bye.